So information security. First thing, these are the three attributes of any of the information security. Whenever you are creating any network, whenever you are installing anything, so first of all, as a security analyst, as a security person, the most important job for you is to prevent your network with any of the threat, any of the breach of security. So that is the prevention. The prevention is very important because why we are using firewalls, why are we using email security appliances, web security appliances, why are we using AMP endpoints? Just because to prevent our network from any of the threat. If there is any threat, if anything, so the first thing, the firewall, the DMZ is a demilitarized zone. Over there we have a firewall. The firewall will stop any of the threats coming from internet. So the first pillar is prevention. You need to prevent your network from any type of threats. First thing is this. Second thing is detection. Like if something comes in and it's like there's a breach of security, there are some zero-day attacks are there. Like zero-day attacks are those attacks in which even the developer doesn't know that whether this attack would be there or not, or whether there is any loophole or any vulnerability in any software is there. So that's unknown attack, that's not known to the developer, that's not known to anyone. So but that is known to the attacker, so that is known as a zero-day attack. For example, there was a zero-day attack and the breach was there. So now your firewall or your IPS, intrusion prevention system, detection system, would detect that okay, there was an issue and that breached the security, but now that attack was, that breach was, that threat was being detected. So that is known as detection. Lastly is the recovery. Recovery is again important because we have a lot of options in disaster recovery. Like you can create simple rate system, you can have lot of recovery. For example, you have an hybrid environment, few of your hardware devices are basically on-prem and some are towards the cloud. So recovery is an option, like how quick your network will recover from this disaster. So this is known as a recovery. For example, this something also known as mean time to failure, mean time to recover. So normally when we are calculating any of the risk, so we just check like how quick we can recover our network. So that is known as recovery. So prevention, detection, recovery. Prevention is like firewalls are there, detection again firewalls, or your SIM is there, SIEM SIMs are there to detect, to tell you the flow chart, like there was a detection over here, or the IPS, intrusion prevention systems or detection systems, detecting any of the threat. And recovery, finally, like if there was a threat and there was a damage, if there was some issue with the network, so that could be that could be basically recover. Any data loss was there, so that could be recovered. Another thing comes with the assets. Assets, liabilities. So assets can be tangible, can be intangible. So tangible assets are, for example, vehicle, your laptop, your wireless mouse, or your any of the hardware device that is there that can be touched, that is known as the tangible. And now intangible, for example, your company values, your stake, your name of your brand, and the market value. Again, the market value is basically intangible. So market value, trademark of the company, that cannot be like those are the values of your organization, that is known as intangible. And employees also come as an asset. So previously, again, sometime back, 20 years back, employees were not considered as an asset, but now as the time is moving, your employee, your faithful or your loyal employees are considered uh, as an asset. So the HR also believe us as an asset. So those are the assets. Liability on the security person. For example, this is you, this is me. So what is a liability on us is the business continuity. There should be a business continuity plan. So if there is a business, for example, there was a disaster and there was a issue with the network, and for example, there was a data loss, a lot of data was lost, and your system got down and there was an outrage. So business continuity plan should be there. So in I will not go around, but there are some cold sites are there, warm sites are there, and hot sites are there, where everything is there. You just need to go over there and start working. So business continuity plans are there. And the legals, again, what are the legal terms, and what was the SLA, service level agreement, between the third parties. For example, ISP, you have signed any legal terms with the ISP, so that is again known as the, that comes under the liabilities. Data assets are the product development, production, fulfillment, and the maintenance. So data asset can be, again, this similar thing can be anything. That can be your can be anything regarding the financial operations control, or any of the payment, payroll, tax, financial reporting, customer contact. PII are one of the, that is known as the personal informations, or the PII are there, your health information, your personal information, your financial, your any of the reporting is there. uh, Legal obligation to maintain accurate records for the given period. So everything that comes under the umbrella of data asset. Even the contractual obligation to the third parties, that is again the SLA, that is normally signed by the ISPs with you. Like normally ISP give SLA to you, that there will be 99% the traffic flow would be there, this much would be the bandwidth. So there can be contractual obligation. Normally we have a lot of issues with the ISPs, but again, that this all things come under the data assets. CIA. This is a huge topic, but I will just sum up quickly over here, not in detail, but try to clear up the basics of this. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This stands for CIA. Confidentiality basically works with the authentication. Like confidentiality is your whatever the account details are, that should be confidential. Your data is. So over here, what we normally do, we do different type different type of the encryptions are being used. Well, if you are using any of the confidentiality. Integrity is the modification. We are normally using hash algorithm for the integrity. Hash files are there, SHA-256, and different type of the algorithms are there. But the integrity is to modify any of the data. For example, I send a file from one place to the other, from A to B. The A, when the file received to the B, but the file was basically modified. So that is the damage towards the integrity. So that's the understanding. Confidentiality of the file, but the integrity is the modification. Lastly is the availability. For example, your system get down, so you cannot reuse a file, so that is known as the availability. Every time the data should be available. Secondly, fourthly, non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is the email. For example, if you are emailing someone, for example, I'm emailing for example Shane, and in that scenario, what happened, my signatures are there, that email was been given by me. That is the Outlook basically decide that my email ID, Uzair at Quick Start email ID, is my email ID. I cannot say that that email was not done by me. So that is known as non-repudiation. Like that email was done by me, and maybe that is 100% like that was me. But if I just came and went outside uh, for having lunch, so someone jumps to my chair and started type any email, so that was another scenario. But this is the authentication, that is you, that email was be sent by you, that is known as the non-repudiation clause.